I began my career at Lemoore High School as a teacher and then became the assistant principal. I've always known I've had a soft spot in my heart for at-risk kids because I was an at-risk kid myself, and I really wanted to give back. The job here at Jameson came and I got the job. It's been wonderful ever since.
She's just fantastic, and what she's done here to create a positive environment for these students, it's fun to be a part of.
A continuation school is a place for students to have a second chance. We give them the opportunity to recover credits here, and the goal is to get them back to the traditional school. But what usually happens is the kids want to stay here because it is family atmosphere.
Almost 10 years now, we've had a model school status. Out of 460 continuation schools in the state of California, only 66 have the model school designation status. So we're very proud of that. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely been a wonderful thing for Jameson.
I have 2 daughters, and my husband is the physics and chemistry teacher at LHS.
Sandy's extremely competitive. Her license plates on her car say "Play to Win." Our staff gatherings usually involve some type of competition. It's just those kind of moments that, as a staff, build that camaraderie.
The other thing I do is every payday, I'll get a bag of paydays and I'll go in each class and I'll yell, "Happy payday, Mr. Scaldi!" And then I throw the candy out, and it's become now where they try to do something unique to catch the candy.
I nominated Sandy because I feel that she is so deserving of any recognition. She is amazing at everything she does here every day, and I believe that she is the best at what she does. It just kind of lets everyone know that Jameson is doing some great work over here.
Jameson is successful for many reasons. When you have a team of people who have the same goal, great things happen, and we do change the lives of our students. And I think that's why our district is so successful. We are a team, all in one with the same goal.
Somebody asked me, if you had a dream job, where would you want to work at? I said, Avenel High School as a principal. This is my dream job, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world right now because I'm impacting the lives of our students, and I want to continue to do this as long as I can.
His mission is to provide the students with the best opportunity possible to succeed in life. I've just seen the students going from thinking like this about education to thinking like this. Whereas before they were kind of adrift because nobody had challenged them. And here's somebody that pushed them, but he believes in them.
My priority is students, and students will always come first to me. Sometimes is when a teacher shows or an educator shows a student they care, that makes the biggest difference that will impact that child's life forever. You know, I see myself in these kids, and I truly understand what's going on at home and the struggles that they're going through because I've been there and I've done that. So I always make myself available to students. I give them my cell phone number. I say, if you need anything, give me a call. I try to have the same lines of communication that I have with my students, the same way with my children. I want to listen to what they have to say. I want to know what's making them unhappy or what's making them uncomfortable. And if I don't know how they feel, then I can't make changes to our school.
Prior to him coming to Avenel High School, we didn't have any dual college courses.
Our Ag Academy came about through a partnership through a wonderful company that sells the pistachios and almonds, which used to be Paramount Farms. And through them and working in partnerships with West Hills College in Palinga, our students will have the opportunity to earn an AA degree by the time they graduate from high school.
There's a lot more activities and there's a lot more avenues than there's ever been at Avenel High School. And one of the big reasons for that is because Mr. Reese has an open mind and he's willing to try new things.
This is why I do this. I want to be able to know that I've made a difference. My goal is to make everything better. If there's that one little thing that I can do to impact a little bit in their lives, then I definitely want to be a part of that.
I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go with my career goals. I knew that I loved math and I loved education, and it just kind of worked its way into a perfect position. The position opened up here as the administrative assistant for fiscal services and just felt like a perfect fit. I assist the CBO in preparing the budget and working on all of our state reports, as well as overseeing our accounts payable and purchasing, and work with the sites and getting the materials and supplies that they need.
I'm looking at a requisition for Apple. Yes, 5 Mac Minis. Thank you. Bye.
When I first came over here, I wasn't real familiar with Excel, and she's a whiz. And it was very overwhelming trying to learn everything. Not a lot of people have time to stop and show me how to do it. And Danielle never had a problem doing that.
I don't like to think about things in terms of problems generally. It's just more like, what is the question, or what is it that we're faced with, and just trying to figure out what the solution may be.
It shows when she's helping out her employees. It's never yelling or demanding. It's very calm and patient. She's naturally a mother.
I have a husband and 2 wonderful children, and we have a 2.5-year-old and a 10-month-old. I think it really helped having a teacher as my mom. Growing up, it was always about really learning and understanding things and not just, getting through something. I think just patience is a good trait for managers in general. Like just really trying to think about where their staff is, what they're having to deal with, and put themselves in their shoes. And that can help your staff have a more positive experience and just get a better end result.
And that's why I nominated her, because she just made my life, my world, so much easier coming into such a different career that I hadn't done before.
So whenever there's somebody that has a question or there's something I can do to help, then I'm more than happy to be a part of that.
Growing up, my principal in elementary school always knew my name, but it usually was not in a positive light. When I came into administration, because I knew what that felt like, students know when they come into my office or they have interactions with me that they're positive. I started my career teaching 4th and 5th grade, came to the Pioneer School District, taught for about 9 years, did a little time in middle school as an administrator, and then had the opportunity to open this school as principal. I have 2 kids. I have a boy and a girl. I have a high school student and a 5th grade student. My wife is in education as well. She's a teacher.
Boundless energy, that is John. He will be in the classroom. He will be on the playground. He'll be in the cafeteria helping with lunch. Then he's got meetings that he's keeping up with. It's controlled chaos sometimes, but it's a lot of fun.
In administration, you're able to build relationships with more people. If you interact with staff, students, parents, you can have a broader impact on your local community that way.
I heard you got 4th, was it 4th in spelling bee? And you were the only kid up there when there was an earthquake? That is pretty slick.
He goes out amongst them, he learns their name. By the end of the first week of school, he can name 95% of our students, and it makes such a huge impact.
Cool. Mr. Raven, I'd like to see you with your clip.
He works to create a community for them and the staff as well, but it's all to serve the kids. You'll have a child come in and say that I bumped my head on the sidewalk, and John will ask them, well, is my sidewalk okay? And sometimes they don't get it. Other times it just breaks the feeling that they have, and they just smile and they know that everything's going to be okay. There are times when the kids, when they come to clip up to John, it's like Christmas Day. They get to come in and clip up to Mr. Raven, and they've just got this grin from ear to ear. And he teases them and congratulates them and makes them feel at ease. He really reaches out and speaks to them on their level and lets them know that he's proud.
I guess at the end of any day, I just want it to be a day that I've made some sort of impact, and it may not be with an entire school, but maybe with a student, so that they can walk away knowing they're cared for and we're doing the best we can for them.
My kids, when they started Pioneer, it was a newly chartered school and you had volunteer hours. I was volunteering a lot more than just what they needed for the month because I enjoyed interacting with the parents that I was meeting. There was a position for an aide and everybody kind of encouraged me, you're here on campus all the time, Vicki, you should go ahead and apply for the position. And I've been with Pioneer School for 18 years.
Vicki's mission as an instructional aide is to bring out the best in the kids, to get them motivated, to get them on grade level, to get them to be successful.
And I work directly with the kids that struggle with reading. It's not always about just teaching them how to read, it's teaching them how to act and get along with others. It's been a great experience.
She goes above and beyond in her job. Vicki always used to come to me, hey, so-and-so is struggling a little bit. Give me some ideas on what I can do to bring the best out of this child.
It's what I do. It's just my nature, is I want to mother. I just feel like being a mom is the best job and being the aide is the second best job. My husband was a self-employed farmer, and so it allowed me to work part-time and then be off when the kids were off to make sure that they had their meals, and when they were off in the summer, I was home with them. My oldest is 25. She teaches second grade. My middle daughter ended up being a graphic designer, and then my son, who's 22, is at Cal State Fullerton Business Management.
Vicki is highly sought after because you can give her an assignment, she's gone. She just takes off with it. She's just one of those special people that really cares a lot about the kids and their growth. That's the most important part about Vicki.
And I've often been asked why, you didn't go on to be a teacher. They have the job where it's not ending when they go home. I just have the kids, so I have the great part of it.
God said that we have to be a custodian of life. Well, guess what I do for a living? I'm a custodian. There was an article in the paper where they interviewed me as a new site custodian at Cinnamon Elementary, and I was able to go and see the school built from the bottom up. So 2002 to present 2016, that's how long I've been working at Cinnamon School.
I don't know if I know anybody with as strong of a work ethic as Javier has and a pride in the school.
My job at Cinnamon Elementary is I open up the campus.
He helps supervise all the lunch periods, stores things for us, gets things out of storage for us, takes things to IMS for us, brings things from IMS for us. He does a lot of planting for us. That's a lot of work and a lot to ask of a person, but he does it, and he keeps our school looking beautiful.
So whatever goes wrong at the school, it's my job. I just want kids to take pride in their school and to love their school as much as I love it. I've been married for over 40 years to my wife Renee, and we ended up having 2 kids, a son and a daughter. I love life and I enjoy my family.
Told him I wanted to nominate him, and we went through with the paperwork. Not long after that, he had gone in for a doctor's appointment and told us that he was going to be having surgery.
And so a lot of the kids will ask, when are you coming back? We miss you. I had so many get well wishes. Just seeing all those cards made me so happy.
He's gone through a lot these past few months recovering, and not being able to be here has been very hard for him.
In life, not everything is perfect, but that's okay. Those things pass. It's going to be hard, but maybe I'll be at Cinnamon School many more years to come.
I actually had worked here probably about 8 years, and there was always a need for bus drivers.
Well, in the time I've known her, she's done numerous jobs here at school. She has probably worn every hat possible.
I only was working 6 hours a day, and they said if I became a bus driver, I could work 8. So I agreed to that, not knowing how much that would entail. And I am responsible for the safety of the children here to and from school. But first of all, making sure my equipment is safe before they get on the bus. Making sure that things are done on a maintenance of 45 days before and everything's okay, that my tires are all at, the legal depth they need to be. If we finish the day and everybody's gotten home safely and all my equipment is back in my garage locked up, that's my goal every day.
She's extremely generous and very caring. She shows that in everything she does.
I have 2 children. I have 8 grandchildren altogether, and then my sister that was really, really close died, and then I raised both of those children. They have 2 children apiece, so they're also my grandchildren. And I just recently remarried. John, my husband, has 5 grandchildren, so I think there's 17 total.
She's been involved in probably every charitable organization you can think of. Here at school, she's constantly promoting different causes, from soup kitchens, programs that collect clothes for needy families.
We've helped like 14, 15 families each Christmas. That's quite a few. I just enjoy helping people. I really do.
She really does things for other people that make their lives better. And she gets such joy out of that. And she's helping foster that in young people, because that's the essence of the person she is. I don't know anybody else like her.
talked about what a good leader should do, but this time we need to think about what a good leader should say and how a good leader should say it. So we've been studying rhetoric. You guys have been taking down notes of rhetorical strategies. So I'd like for you to create a master list of what we would expect in their speech. Teaching is in my DNA. I have a family of educators, so my dad is the principal at King's Christian School down the way. My mom teaches kindergarten. My sisters are teachers, just come from a teaching family. My husband is Isaac. I have a 12-year-old, Gabriel, and a 5-year-old, Caleb.
She just emits like positivity. It's really easy for a teacher after so many years to kind of get cynical, and she really enjoys her kids and she wants to do the best she can by them. She took on the yearbook responsibility her first year here, and she spent tons of hours, but she produced some of the best yearbooks that we've ever had. You know, her yearbook class is like a family. Those yearbook kids love her and they would do anything for her. You really develop those relationships when you have that kind of a program where you see kids multiple years. They're just like a big family.
I like to try new things. Sometimes it's scary. When you take on a lot of stuff, it keeps you motivated, it keeps you active.
Teaching is all about learning. That's the other side of it. She understands the power of getting the kids to do the work.
For all of my students, I like to just inspire them to be more thoughtful. There's this misconception out there that teenagers are disrespectful and terrible. Based on the kids that I work with, that's just so untrue.
I feel like a good leader should consider what others do for them, because it's not just you that you're leading. You're not leading yourself, you're leading everyone else, and you got to consider that.
The vast majority of them are really great people, have a lot of good ideas. These kids today work so hard. They're involved in so many things. That's what we want to see in our youth, that we want to see in our future leaders.
I knew I wanted to be a teacher from a very young age. The first year I started teaching, there was the first year of the California budget crisis. And I was like, okay, I need a job, I need to teach. So I went and applied for anything open in the entire state of California and wound up here and have been here 10 years. It was kind of, I don't know, meant to be.
Jennifer exudes joy. I mean, she is constantly laughing, always kind, always smiling, always going above and beyond to make others feel kind and joyful. Her strongest attribute by far is one of her strongest attributes as a human is the fact that she loves well. And because she builds those relationships and connections with everyone she's in contact with, especially her students, they want to try to make her proud. They want to do their best for her.
I actually come from a pretty big extended family. I have one biological sister, and then I have 2 adopted sisters and an adopted brother. Grandma's house was like 50 kids on the weekends. So I think that's part of why I went into teaching too. I was always surrounded by people.
Thing is she makes learning fun. Her students are always on task. They work in groups, then they come back together and share what they've learned, and then she teaches something and they go back to their groups, they're working together as she's going and monitoring the class and walking around. I mean, the stuff she plans every Friday is superhero day. So they all dress up like superheroes. They come in with their Superman shirts. In her classroom, she has like Superman and Hulk, Thor, like the Marvel characters on the wall with inspirational sayings and encouraging quotes. I don't know that she ever has kids that are absent. I mean, it seems like her kids are excited to be there. They want to see what's next, especially for kids that struggle. And I've seen where her kids have grown. It's phenomenal.
Yes, I want them to learn how to read. I want them to learn how to do 4th grade math. I do definitely want all those things, but I want them to be a better person than they were. Or if they are a great person, I want them to shine through.
Some of the stuff she does is not natural. To have that amount of energy, to have that amount of love, to say that she's getting it from somewhere else, I don't know where it could be.
She just acts like us. She puts everybody level, like nobody's perfect, nobody's bad. I think Miss Crumb's the best teacher.
It isn't just my impression of her, it's who she is day in and day out.
My interest in teaching became apparent when I was in college. However, I had 3 sons, and so I waited until my sons were in kindergarten. One of my sons is a volunteer firefighter for the city of Hanford. My oldest son is the community resource officer for Hanford Elementary School District. And then my middle son, he just graduated from college. My husband is very supportive. Sometimes if I just need him once in a while to work with a student, he's down here, he supports me.
She just has that contagious excitement that gets people excited about learning. To be in Stacy's class is actually an honor because you're learning a lot.
It's absolutely, a great journey. Every year is a little bit different. I started out in 3rd grade and I've taught from 2nd all the way up to 5th grade, but I enjoy the challenge of the upper grade kids. They keep me on my toes every day.
And she's coming up with different assessments. She's coming up with different strategies to teach a child. She makes you want to work. Nowadays, they give you reading books that's scripted. It tells you what to teach. Any teacher can do that. But a real good teacher will take that, implement anything in their bag of tricks to get that child motivated and successful.
In general, I try to find something that interests my students, and so a lot of it comes with designing the lessons and trying to make the content kind of come alive to them. We do a lot of interactive learning, and they're able to collaborate, sometimes by talking, other times in their typing and their writing. And the kids just absolutely love it. They thrive on that. I also bring in my music. For example, we're doing geometry right now, so we're learning a song about quadrilaterals, and it makes it fun and it sticks with the kids. And one of the things I enjoy most about teaching is just the challenge. But honestly, when I'm here to do my best for them.